she's never spoken publicly about this accident anytime. So it's very emotional for her as well as our whole family. You know, we lived this firsthand. We witnessed this. We still live it to this day. As you heard her say, we did lose another family member in that wreck, and she's not forgotten. We remember her every day, okay? Drunk driving doesn't just affect those that are involved in the wreck. It affects everybody. You know, family members, employees, friends, anybody who cares about someone. If there's someone that they love or care about is involved in a wreck, it's going to affect them. Whether that be negative or positive, drunk driving is not just for the drunk driver, okay? I myself, both as you heard, a family member involved, I've seen the other side of it from a law enforcement stand. I myself was almost, while working patrol on nights, was driven off the road by a drunk driver. And I actually have a small clip of this video, which Mr. Nelson's fixing to prepare for you. Our cars and our lights in our car system, as soon as I hit my light bar, it automatically starts recording 15 seconds prior to that point. And luckily, due to that, I was able to catch the guy swerving out in front of me. He rolled through a stop sign as I was coming north on South Columbia. So I was going about 50 miles an hour, and this guy just comes out. So this small clip is that. This is a full video, but I can't show it in the prosecution. I just wanted to show this guy that rolled through that stop sign, causing me to swerve off the road. The video doesn't give an accurate account, I think, because if you noticed, there on the left-hand side was a dumpster, and there to the right-hand side, after I left the roadway, is a trailer park, a trailer house. I had to narrowly navigate my vehicle on dirt, going about 55 miles an hour in between those two as I came to a stop. Now, it's pretty hard to control your vehicle on dirt, but especially leaving the pavement onto the dirt at one simultaneous point. So it's very hard, and I'm very lucky that I didn't hit that dumpster or let alone run into someone's house. It was probably asleep and they wouldn't have even known. That driver was 3 times the legal limit. His blood alcohol level was a .23. And he had 4 DWIs prior to that. So obviously, he never learned. He actually got convicted of that DWI, which was his 5th, and he received he took a plea deal. He didn't go to court. His plea offer was 13 years. So he's doing 13 years in the jail or prison system for drinking and driving. And he was drunk every day, he said. That's what he did while he was at work. He cut yards and he drank while he was at work. You know, I was pretty hot in that video. And I'm glad they stopped it because, you know, my emotions were going and I told him some stuff that I probably shouldn't have said on camera, but when your adrenaline's going, it's going. So, guys, y'all are young and we're not naive. We know parties happen every weekend. We know about the red Solo cups and the beer pong. We know it goes down. We don't catch everything, and we're not going to catch everything. The only thing I'd like for y'all to keep in mind is don't get behind the wheel. You're not going to affect only your lives. You're going to affect the lives of the people that you might wreck into. Who knows? All she did was go deliver some videos to the video store so they wouldn't be late. She never made it home. Okay, guys? It's a very difficult and emotional thing to talk about. I can sit here and throw out statistics at y'all all day long, but in reality, you're not going to remember statistics. I don't even remember statistics. No offense to Mr. Rogers, I know he gave some statistics just a minute ago. I don't know what they were. I'm pretty sure you don't either. What I do remember are the names of people that I've had to work their death. I'm not going to say any because of that, but there's one story that hits very close to me. I will give a little bit on it. We pulled this guy over leaving Allsup's. It was only 11 o'clock at night, not even very late. He was coming here on Fish Street. He was heading eastbound towards Lockney, but in the westbound lanes, just like what happened to my aunt, with his lights off. So we pulled him over. Luckily, he didn't hit anyone. We stopped him before that. This guy has his 6-year-old son in the car. He took his son to go get some burritos at Allsup's. Nothing wrong with that, except when you're 3 times the legal limit and you're heading oncoming traffic with your 6-year-old son who thinks you're the best dad in the world, there's something wrong with that. And you know, I felt bad taking that dad to jail. The little boy, I just want my dad. Please, I just want my dad. Had to call a family member to come pick him up. I wish I could have done more for that kid, but I couldn't. All I could do was release him to his family member. We took his dad to jail. He bonded out, you know. Did he learn his lesson? No. That was his third DWI as well. Sadly to say, a year later, I hear about a wreck on a county road. It's on the other side of Abernathy, coming from Shallow Water. 2-vehicle wreck. DPS calls us, says, hey, we need you to go make an emergency notification. For those of y'all that don't know what it is, it's the worst thing an officer has to do. We have to go tell someone, hey, knock on the door, whoever enters. Sorry to tell you that someone you love or someone you care about has been in a wreck. They're either seriously hurt or they're dead. It's very hard for an officer to give that. It's even harder to receive it. But DPS called us, said, we need you to go make an emergency notification. I said, okay, who is it? They tell me, get the family member. Who's the victims? Tell me. It was a 2-person death in that rollover. It was that dad and that little boy. They died a year later, both of them. Can't do nothing about it. What did he do wrong? He didn't do anything wrong. He went with his dad. As you can see, it bothers me. But that's the decision that his dad made. The little boy couldn't do nothing about it. What happened last time? He cried for his dad. His dad was probably the best thing in this world. His mom already had passed 2 years prior. But wrecks don't affect you, they affect everybody. I didn't know the little boy from nothing but his name, but it affects him. Guys, don't be scared to call your parents and say, hey, I made a mistake. I drank at a party, and I need a ride. Come pick me up. You might be in trouble, but at least you'll be alive to be in trouble. I would much rather get a phone call from a friend saying, hey man, I'm intoxicated or I'm drunk. Can you please take me home? Call somebody, guys. Somebody cares about you. Because let's be honest, we could sit here and tell you not to drink all day long. You're going to do it. Everyone does it. Not everybody, but a majority of people do it or try it. It's part of growing up. Just don't get behind the wheel, guys. That's all I ask.